Understand what it is. We are now prepared to meet. It's a big meeting, very exciting. Now it's time to execute on that meeting. So there's three components to have a great execution. Number one is understand the three levels of a coaching conversation, which I'll dive into a little bit. Number two is making sure that we're measuring this experience. And lastly, make sure we're the calibration of our commitments and performance, and we have performance management. All right, so I'll dive into those a little bit more. So those three things, we get that done, we've executed a well one-on-one meeting. Have you guys heard of like three levels of a coaching conversation? All right. So within life, whether you're talking to your friend, your family, or sales, or your team members, there's three levels. The lowest level is going to be considered a tell. Adam, you need to get more leads, you need to get more appointments, and you need to get your shit together, right? So that would be a lower level conversation. Second would be a leading conversation. Adam, look at the numbers here. Seeing that your referrals are really low. Seeing that we don't have enough of leads this week. And if we don't have leads, we can't get to the end result. What do you think you should focus on this week?
Setting more leads.
Smart guy, right? So that could be considered condescending, and it doesn't necessarily work as well. Now there's time and place, especially in sales, for a leading question, high down, stuff like that. But leading is not going to be your best bet here. The highest level of conversation is going to be to share and discover. This is the best bet. So I know Mike's very big into motivational interviewing, as are we, right? How many of you understand motivational interviewing and could recite ORs? They could recite why we do it. Like, anybody?
I don't know
a little bit?
I don't know about reciting.
Not reciting, but
yeah,
right?
I understand the concept.
Yes. Does everybody understand the concept of motivational interviewing?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Them come to the answers themselves, right?
Yeah. And James, why is that important for them to come up with an answer?
Because then it's not your idea. You're not pushing it. You're not leading them into it. You're not telling them.
Yeah.
They own it.
They own it, right?
Yeah.
It's their idea.
They have to buy it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's key, right? So motivational interviewing started, I don't know, 70s, 80s. It was for specifically drug addiction, alcoholism. The concept of hey, Adam, if you continue to drink and drive, you're going to kill somebody, right? You got to fix this. The chances of him drinking and driving again will exponentially increase because of me telling him that. You know, why is that, do you think?
Opposition is ideal.
What's that?
Opposition.
Right? You don't tell me what to do, right? I'm my own person. And the opposition is exactly why that happens, right? So it's really important to recognize, so share and discover in motivational interviewing, it's very similar, okay? So the concept here is you got to share first. Adam, we're halfway through the month. I think we both agree that there's, we're a little behind. And we know that we have goals. We talked in our review 3 months ago what we want to accomplish, and we're struggling a little bit with our guest traffic. So I'm basically sharing the situation. What are we going to do? And then Adam has to go to work and figure it out. What's one of the most common answers when you say something like, all right, Adam, what are we going to do? If they don't have an answer, what do they say?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
If you did that.
So, right, so if Adam actually had it there, so although it sounds stupid, so Adam, if you did know, what would it be? Why does that work? Because people are fearful. When they say I don't know, because they're concerned of judgment, they're concerned that, hey, if I say something, it might be stupid, you're my boss, so therefore I'm just going to say I don't know. But if you did know, what do you think it would be? So I'm freeing it up to say, listen, give me a couple bad ideas. Funny, when you say give me a couple bad ideas, they actually turn out to be pretty good. All right, you got to free up the mind and let that happen. Okay?
That's great.
All right, so tell, lead, share. That's and we all want to get to that three. And that one's very, very, that's hard, right? And when we do our role plays, I want you to start thinking about, am I telling? Am I, leading, or am I sharing and discovering? The only time that you would really tell is maybe when you're teaching somebody something new, right? It's a new team member, so we're teaching. Teachers have to tell.
Right, there's a place for it.
Right. Anybody familiar with the Socratic method by Socrates? Right. Anybody taken a class with the Socratic method? Luke, have you taken a class with the Socratic method? What is it like?
Asking questions.
Yeah.
Questions.
Well, it is. You read some stuff. Teacher comes up. All right, Luke, tell me what you learned about that. So, and then through that process, we make greater connections in our mind, and we learn things faster. So really share and discover where you want to be, okay?